Physics class 12 chapter 7 alternating currents. In the last class we have done LC oscillations. Today we shall do transformers. Transformer is an electrical device to change the voltage of an alternating current using principle of mutual induction. So transformer is electrical device. It is used to change the voltage. Okay, change the voltage means increase the voltage or decrease the voltage in AC currents, and it is using the principle of mutual induction. A transformer consists of two sets of coil insulated from each other, wound on a soft iron core, either one on top of the other or on separate limbs. So there are two sets of coil. These are the two sets of coil. They are wound, okay, on the soft iron core. Okay, they are wound on these. One of the coil is called primary or input coil, having number of turns Np, and the other is called secondary or output coil of number of turns Ns. So this is called primary coil. This is also called input coil. It has got number of turns Np, and this one is called secondary coil or also called output coil. It has got the number of turns Ns. When an AC voltage is applied to primary, the resulting current produces alternating magnetic flux which links the secondary and induces an EMF in it. Now, here voltage is applied to the primary, okay, current will be flowing from here, and there will be magnetic field induced here, okay, produced here, or a magnetic field which is alternating, that is changing magnetic field will be produced here, that will through this core will link to the secondary coil. And by Faraday's law of induction, that flux which is changing or alternating flux will create or induce EMF in the secondary coil. The value of this EMF depends on the number of turns in the secondary, and the induced EMF in the secondary depends on the number of, the value of that EMF depends on the number of turns in the secondary, that is on Ns. We consider an ideal transformer with negligible resistance in primary, and all the flux in core links both primary and secondary coil. So what we are assuming here, that this transformer is ideal. That means there is no resistance, or resistance is negligible, and whatever flux is produced here will link both the coils. It will not get lost, or it will not be lost, but it will be linked totally to both the coils. Let phi be flux in each turn at time t due to current Ip in primary when voltage Vp is applied to it. So now suppose I am applying the voltage Vp here, okay, then the current is flowing from here Ip, then current is alternating current, so it will create the flux, and that flux you consider as phi, and that flux will link here, and as I said, there will be induced EMF by Faraday's law of induction, and that we can give as induced EMF for voltage is given as Es is equal to minus Ns d phi by dt, call it number 1. The alternating flux phi also induces back EMF in primary, given by Ep is equal to minus Np d phi by dt, call it number 2. This also is by Faraday's law of induction. Okay. Now, because of changing in the current, there is magnetic flux is produced, which is also alternating, which will link to this secondary and create the EMF here. Now, changing magnetic flux also will create back EMF here, okay, and that is given by, both are given by the Faraday's law of induction. As primary has zero resistance and secondary is open circuit or current is small, okay, this is, we have assumed that primary has resistance 0, negligible, and secondary has small current, then what we can say that Ep is equal to Vp, that means applied voltage equal to the induced EMF, okay, and Es is equal to Vs, that means the voltage we are going to receive or across the secondary will be equal to the induced EMF in the secondary, where Vs is equal to voltage across secondary. From 1, 2 and 3, now we will combine 1, 2 and 3. Instead of Ep, we will put Vp. Instead of Es, we will put Vs. So Vs is equal to, here I will put, and minus Ns d phi by dt, and Vp is equal to this one, minus Np d phi by dt, taking ratio of Vs and Vp, okay, taking the ratio. So Vs by Vp, this by this. The negative cut, d phi by dt cut, here remains Ns by Np, call it number 4. If transformer is assumed to be 100% efficient, that means no energy loss. So what you power input will get as that same power as output. We know power formula P is equal to I into V. So for input power, Ip into Vp equal to output power Is into Vs. Is you transfer here, Vp you transfer here. So you get Ip by Is is equal to Vs by Vp. Okay. But here from equation 4, Vs by Vp also can be written as Ns by Np. So I put here Ns by Np from 4. Now this is the ratio of current and voltage. Okay. Now this ratio will have the same frequency as the applied voltage. Okay, applied source. Okay, so we can take this ratio also equal to the RMS value or then the amplitude value. Okay, now we are going to find the voltage and the current, okay, using this relation. So for the voltage I will compare these two, and for the current I will compare these two. Okay, so let us find first voltage. So comparing these two, so Vs PPU transfer, so Ns by Np into Vp. Okay, and comparing these two, Ip by Is, so Is to transfer and Np and Ns transfer here, so you get Is is equal to Np by Ns into Ip. Okay, now next we have got types of transformer. We have got two types. One is step up transformer and second is step down. Step up means transformer which increases voltage is called step up. Now suppose looking at this relation, I want to increase the voltage. So if I want to increase this Vs means voltage in the output, secondary. Okay, so output voltage if I want to increase, I can increase the number of turn in the secondary. So if number of turn in the secondary is increased, voltage will be increased. So I have written here now Ns, that is number of turn in the secondary, greater than number of turn in the primary, that is Ns greater than Np, implies voltage is stepped up, that is Vs is greater than Vp. But when this happens, through this relation we can say that Is is less than Ip, current will decrease as Mp by Ns is less than 1. So this is step up transformer. Step down transformer which decreases voltage is step down transformer. If suppose you want to decrease the voltage, what you will do, you increase Np. Okay, just opposite to this, number of turn in the primary you increase. Ns is less than Np implies Vs is less than Vp and Is is greater than Ip. That means voltage decreases and current increases. Okay, if you increase Np, definitely Vs decrease and Is will increase. Now we have considered this as an ideal transformer, so there was no energy loss, but it is not possible. Okay, in general there will be always energy loss. Okay, so we shall study the energy loss. There are 4 energy losses. We shall study one by one. Energy loss. Number 1, flux leakage. Not all flux due to primary pass through the secondary due to poor design core or air gap in the core. Now we had assumed that the flux which is produced here will pass through this coil and will link both the coil. It will not get lost. Okay, that was our assumption, but it is not possible. Why not possible? Because of the poor design of the core or air gap in the core. Now how to reduce? Winding primary and secondary coil one over the other. So if you wind both the coils one over the other, we can reduce it. Something like that. See here, this is the primary coil, this is secondary coil, they are wound together, so we can reduce the flux leakage. Number 2, resistance of the winding. The wire used for winding has some resistance and so energy is lost due to heat produced in the wire. This is Joule's heating I square R. So wire which is used has got resistance, therefore energy loss because of heating the wire. Now how to reduce it? Minimize by in high current, low voltage winding by using thick wires. Okay, so if you use thick wires, this loss of energy can be reduced. Number 3, eddy currents. The alternating flux induces eddy currents in the iron core, cause heating. Now we have studied that eddy currents are the currents which are produced in any bulk material when the bulk material is placed in changing or alternating magnetic flux. Okay, so here also the eddy currents are induced. So now when eddy currents are induced, the core becomes heated up, and if core is heated, that means there is energy loss. Now reduced by using laminated core. This is reduced by using laminated core. Number 4, hysteresis. The magnetization of core is repeatedly reversed by alternating magnetic field and energy loss by heating core. So in transformer there is magnetization which is reversed, okay, and reversed not once twice, it is repeatedly reversed. So magnetization is repeatedly reversed, therefore, and that happens because of the changing magnetic field, and therefore the core is getting heated up and there is energy loss. So we have to minimize this, and it is minimized by using magnetic material which has low hysteresis loss. So these are the 4 energy losses in transformer. Next we have how and where the transformers are used. Large scale transmission of distribution distribution electric energy over long distance is done with use of transformer. So transformer is used for long scale of transmission and distribution of electrical energy for long distances. How it is done? The voltage output of generator is stepped up, therefore current is decreased and loss of energy, that is I square R, is decreased. So this is in the, you can say, generator, or you can say power station. It is then transmitted over long distances to the area substation near the consumer. Their voltage is stepped down. So from the generator or power station, it is transmitted to the consumer, but that also area substation. Then further step down at distributing substation and utility poles before power supply of 240 volt reaches our home. So before it reaches our home also, again it is step down. Okay, and it is up to step down up to 240 volt. Okay, so this is about the transformer, and this is the, in the theory, this is the last chapter, so we'll keep this much, and next we'll do the some numericals. Thank you very much.